There is a power that can cross the distance between areas, bear the weight of buildings, and break the limits of the environment. From rubber raw materials selected at the very beginning, to every single process of quality control, every single effort is made to provide more professional OTR tire solutions for our global partners.
In Techking, every aspect of producing an OTR tire is strictly controlled. Only after each step is completed can the process be allowed to go to next step. Starting with raw materials specification, Techking begins its control over quality. All raw materials have undergone strict inspection before stocking in. Our main raw materials include natural rubber from Malaysia and Thailand, carbon black from cardboard and steel cords from Bekat. Our laboratory will also conduct random inspections and give qualified stamps before stocking them in our warehouse. Raw materials selected by Techking must be checked at various levels. Techking steel cord, the most critical framework material, is from Bekat, Belgium, the best steel cord supplier in the world. In the mixing process, rubber and ingredients will be automatically weighed in accordance with precise technical formulas to ensure a perfect automatic weighing process. It will be done in an internal mixing control room with constant surveillance. After weighing, we will mix the crude rubber and the sort agent in stages through an internal mixer and finally processed into the master batch and final batch. After the final batch is cut and cooled, the quality inspection lab will take a random sample and perform quality inspections of multiple indicators such as sulfur change meter, mooning viscosity, mooning scorch, hardness, specific gravity, and so on. After the mixing process, raw materials will enter the semi-product preparation process. The first is the extrusion process. Through the extrusion process, pure rubber parts such as sidewalls, bead fillers, cushion rubber, upper and lower rubber cores, and inner liners are manufactured. The second is a profiling process. It mainly uses cold feeder processes to produce the tire body, transition layers, and other parts. During extrusion, the thickness measuring device next to the conveyor belt ensures consistency and conformity. The third is calendaring process. Hundreds of steel cords arranged in the spindle room are drawn to the steel cord calendaring equipment. Steel cords pass through the calendar and are covered by rubber from the hot feeder on upper and lower sides and then made into steel belts by the calendar rolls. We have high requirement for the temperature, humidity, and environment of the spindle room. We must keep it clean and dust-free. We cannot even use a wet mop to clean and remove dust because we need to maintain the stable humidity and prevent the steel cord from rusting. After entering the cutting process, following the specified angle and width, Steel belts will be cut into different sizes and spliced into carcass, belts, and so on. After the film is rolled, they will be used in the building process. After entering the building process, each semi-finished product will be placed in the corresponding position and order, and finally form a green tire on the building machine. To ensure the consistency and stability of our production process, Techking will use fixed operators and fixed machines in the workshop. At the same time, surveillance cameras are equipped around each machine to record the specific operation details of operators and ensure that every step of our production process is traceable. Entering the thread winding process, the temperature, width, and thickness of the equipment are automatically controlled. After the forming of green tires, they will go through tests to determine whether they match Tecking's strict quality standards. The curing process is the last step in the tire manufacturing process. Green tires are loaded into the curing machine of specific modes, with the combined action of temperature, pressure, and time, as well as a series of chemical changes. Green tires become high-performance tires. After the curing process is completed, professional inspectors will inspect the appearance of the tire to ensure that the tire appearance is in accordance with customers' needs. To control quality, Techking equipped dedicated quality engineers to monitor curves of each factor of the curing process during the whole process. After the manufacturing process, each Techking tire must pass several testing processes before entering the warehouse and sending to customers. The first is X-ray inspection, which checks the arrangement of tire frame materials and whether there are any abnormalities such as bubbles and debris. The second is bubble sampling. This device specifically detects air bubbles to prevent tire bulging problems during use. The third is SPC testing, which mainly detects the thickness of the inner liner.
In Techking, only after all the above 3 tests are completed successfully can tires be sent to customers. To further ensure reliable quality, Techking randomly selects tires in accordance with relevant regulations and sends them to be tested in the laboratory. Techking tires can be tested in a 7-meter high-speed and endurance drum testing machine, which is the largest and most advanced in the world. In addition, Techking regularly sends its products to third-party national quality inspection agencies in Beijing, Chongqing, and Qingdao to conduct inspections and obtain third-party certificates. Techking believes that only with complete quality management system can its tires meet customers' requirements, and Techking provides its customers with more professional tire application solutions and accelerate its pace to become a leading international tire solution provider in the mining and construction industries.